This is a brand spanking new release, 2020 release, just came out. Versace Eros Eau De Parfum video, come right up. What's going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. In today's video, I have a brand spanking new release that everybody been waiting for, okay? I personally know 200 plus people that love the original Eau De Toilette Versace Eros. And once they've heard they're coming out with a brand spanking new formulation or what I meant to say, concentrations from the Eau De Toilette to the Eau De Parfum, which if you think about it logically, it should have been definitely stronger. More concentrated oils at the most part means better performance. Let me just tell you what I think of it, honestly. First of all, I'm not gonna give it as much justice just because I am comparing it to the original 2012 version, the old formulation, Versace Eros Eau De Toilette. And this one by itself, it's nuclear on my skin. It lasts on my skin 12 plus hours easily and projects like crazy. This is the club banger when it first came out, still is, even though with the current formulation, which is a lot weaker than this one right here. But now we are about to compare the three versions against to each other, okay? We are about to compare the older reformulations, the new nowadays reformulations, and the Eau De Parfum, the one just came out. But before I start comparing, please give me a thumb up for encouragement and click that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it and follow my sweet Instagram, okay? Seriously, guys, if you smell the Eau De Parfum Versace Eros for the first time and you haven't smelled the original Eau De Toilette yet, I'm gonna tell you this, you would love the smell of the Eau De Parfum. You would find it great in terms of projection, in terms of longevity, in terms of compliments, in terms of overall everything pretty much. Ladies love the smell of it, and this is a fragrance that you have to have in your collection, okay? But if you are a frag head just like this guy and you already know or owned the original Eau De Parfum or Eau De Toilette at a certain point in life, and you know how it performs and how it smells, and you had your fair share of experiences with it, you would honestly find the Eau De Parfum is a dumb, stupid investment for another cologne. Let me just explain and tell you why. Fragrance companies, at the most part, they got used to changing their concentrations with the totally different smells at the most part. So we got used to the Eau De Toilette smells totally different than the Eau De Parfum, or the Eau De Parfum smells much darker, much denser. It's just completely more mature comparing to the Eau De Toilette. This is not the case here at all when it comes to Versace Eros Eau De Parfum. To me, they took the exact footsteps as a Dolce & Gabbana, the one from the Eau De Toilette to the Eau De Parfum. You remember when the Eau De Parfum Dolce & Gabbana, the one just came out, and everybody was saying it smells exactly the same, just a little stronger. It's the same exact thing right here. I know they added a leather note here. I know they added a patchouli note here as well, just to make this fragrance a little denser, a little bit maturer. But honestly, it didn't make that much of a difference. When you first spray the Eau De Parfum and compare it to the original vintage Eau De Toilette that I have, they smell exactly the same. Honestly, I couldn't pinpoint which one is different than the other. Seriously, if I have blind smelt them, I wouldn't have known which one is which. The only difference in terms of smells to my nose is when the Eau De Parfum dries down, you get just a little bit of patchouli and a hint of leather, and you have to search for it. If you just smell it just like that, you wouldn't get it. You have to actually search for the patchouli and the leather notes, which honestly gave the Eau De Parfum a little bit of more character into it. I felt like it's definitely denser and more rounder. All the Eau De Parfum in general, they just make it rounder. They don't make it rough around the edges as the Eau De Toilette. For example, Dior Sauvage Eau De Toilette, it's rough around the edges, but the Eau De Parfum, it's almost as strong. It's not as strong as the Eau De Toilette, but it's strong still, but smoother at the same time. That's what I felt about Versace Eros Eau De Parfum when it dries down. It's definitely strong, the same strength as the vintage one that I have, but I felt the smoothness coming out of it. But at the same time, I kind of knew that was just what's gonna happen, just because they reformulated their old formula and they just made it much weaker. And it was just a matter of time until they come out with an Eau De Parfum much stronger version, just to make it relevant, or to make that release make sense to a lot of people out there. So for example, for me personally, just because that I have the original vintage formulation, the Eau De Parfum, for me, it's a redundant purchase. I don't think I would purchase it anytime soon, just because I have the vintage. It's strong enough for me. But for example, if I had the current formulation, which still not bad performing at all. It performs not bad, but it's not as strong as the original. I would have probably just pick a new Eau De Parfum version, just to make it as my clubbing scent. I'll make my Eau De Toilette maybe my dating scenario type of a scent, just because it's not as strong as nowadays formulation, and not as strong as the Eau De Parfum nowadays. And I'll make my Eau De Parfum as my clubbing scent, because it's definitely very noticeable when it comes to strength. Don't get me wrong, the Eau De Parfum, it's a beautiful scent. If you love the original, I'll guarantee you would love the Eau De Parfum. But it's all up to you, consumer, which Eau De Toilette do you have. If you have the nowadays formulations, you can overspray and avoid paying for the Eau De Parfum pricing, which I still honestly think it's not badly priced for an Eau De Parfum, and there's no much gap of a difference when it comes to its price point between the Eau De Toilette nowadays and the Eau De Parfum. So if I don't have any in my collection and I just want to buy Versace Eros now, I'm just gonna go directly pay that extra $15–20 or so and go for the Eau De Parfum. I'm not gonna go near the Eau De Toilette no more. So bottom line is to not make this video way too long. Versace Eros Eau De Parfum, it's a great fragrance. I love it personally. I would probably snatch a bottle when it gets discounted on this discounted sites before I run out from the vintage bottle that I have, especially that it's like only half bottle full that I have nowadays. So probably I might need the Eau De Parfum in the future before it gets reformulated as well. So that's my plan for the Eau De Parfum. And this is pretty much it, guys, with my review of Versace Eros Eau De Parfum. Would you buy the Eau De Parfum if you have the original Eau De Toilette older formulation or not? What if you have the newer nowadays formulation? Would you buy the Eau De Parfum just to have a stronger version of the Eau De Toilette that you have just for clubbing? Would you consider buying the Eau De Toilette for that reason? Please don't forget to give me a big thumb up for encouragement, and click that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it, and follow my sweet Instagram. And this is pretty much it, guys. I know sponge making smelling good, always easy. Peace.